This is a video on how to use the CalcPlot 3D tool to visualize a vector field. So let's suppose I want to look at the sketch of a vector field using the CalcPlot 3D tool. First thing I do is get rid of this surface that's the default, just clicking the check mark. Then I go to where it says Add to Graph, select, click that, and I go to Vector Field and click. So the next thing I need to do is I need to put in the vector field I want. So if I have, say, a 2D vector field, I'm going to click on Restrict to 2D. And then let's type in, let's say, x minus y for our m. And let's say n is going to be xy. Then I could click Graph or hit Enter. And there's my vector field. Simple as that. Get to choose how many vectors along the x-axis, along the y-axis. So if I, for example, instead of wanting 9, let's say I want, I don't know, how about 6 along the x, and how about the y too? Enter. And now I have 6 along the x and y-axis. So it's pretty easy to sketch a vector field. I can also look at it as a differential equation instead, clicking on this Show System of DE's notation. When I click on that, now you'll see it says dx dt equals x minus y, and dy dt equals xy. This is CalcPlot 3D. We want to look at 3D vector fields, and that's pretty easy. I'm going to get rid of Restrict View to 2D by clicking on that. And let's suppose dz dt equal to, how about z minus x minus y. Type that in, and then I just enter it. And there it is. The problem is it's only still showing in the xy plane. So to fix that, I can go instead of 1 along the z-axis, I can say do about 3 along the z-axis. Now I can see vector field on 3 different planes, and I can adjust that and make it look different. Okay, if instead of having the vectors along planes, let's suppose I want them along spheres. I go to this mode, rectangular array, and change it to spherical array. And there we have it. And now I have 4 different spheres and the vectors that they look at along 4 different spheres. I can also change, for example, the number of spheres. Instead of 4, I can say do 2. Now I have 2 different spheres and the vectors along those 2 spheres. The default is to scale the vectors by 4. It makes it a little easier to view, but if I don't like that, I can change that. And let's suppose I want to look at how it really looks, which is no scaling, so I'm going to scale by 1. A little crazy. That's the true vector length for each of these vectors. I can also use a fixed length for all the vectors. I don't have the craziness, now they look all the same. Maybe divide by about 3. And there we have it. Instead of a spherical array, I can look at a cylindrical array. We've got 4 different circles. We have 8 in each circle. Now we have a cylindrical array for this vector fields. So where it says use constant primary color, you want to use that for 3D glasses. If you don't click on that, it won't look as good on 3D glasses, but if you don't have 3D glasses, I don't know, you may like different colors. So one more thing you can do with the CalcPlot 3D's vector field tool. So that's about all I have to say for this video. Thank you for watching.